www.noodleborzch.com. Name's Ty, and we're gonna have another video tutorial. And this time, I would want to show you and share to you on how you can upload your web elements, like site elements, like this, images, index.html. Basically, we're thinking of you just purchase a domain and a web host or a server, and you wanted to have. Let me close this first. I was working on that earlier. And you wanted to have a website, and you'd want to load all those pre-made elements and pre-made index files that you have to your web server. So let's imagine or think so. We're going to be using one of our older servers here, which we're not using anymore. Here, let's say you just purchased www.deepbrain.com, or in your case, yourdomain.com. When you purchase that, there are some websites that would just load CGI bin or like this text, and then there are also some web hosts that would load in there something that says website is under construction, people working for this, something like that. It's just like a welcome image or welcome text that somehow displays that really the domain is functional because it can serve text and it can already serve image files. So from that point, what you have to do is you need to change this so people would know that this is your website, and upload all the elements that you created for this specific domain and specific server. So what you do is you access your CPanel, and it's going to bring you to this. Again, log in. These are the details or login details, username and password that was given to you by your web host upon purchasing. It's going to log in. It's going to take a little while because of the bandwidth, and close that, and it's going to give you this. Alright, what you have to look up for this is something that says files here. Sometimes, again, as I always say, it's kind of collapsed, so it's hard to find. Just look a little bit more focused and expand that a little bit, and you got two confusing parts right there. You just have to read that fully. You say legacy file manager and file manager. Alright, so file manager is the one that we're looking for here. Click on file manager. It's going to bring you another tab. Here's your root. You just click on that, it brought you to a different tab. And here, this is this quadrant right here is the file or the site elements. This is preloaded in there, and that's an htaccess doc, so it's already in there. It's been created on the site, was created too, and here got all those that you are using for, I mean, the tools, the engines, and the files are in there. You have to make sure that public HTML is highlighted. Why? Because this is where you upload, or this is where people can publicly view your web elements like images, text, and others. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to show you what we have for the site elements. Index, images. This is what we would want to load on that website. Alright, so noodleboz, here, take a look at the container. JPEG, noodleboz.jpg, and go back a little. I'm going to double click on this index file. No, it's going to open that in Notepad. Here, I'm going to show you what it contains. Go. So we got those noodleboz.com. You would want to load or call the image that's named noodleboz.com, which is 1000 by 204 pixels. We want to call that in the middle. We're using a class called center. It's wrapped in an HTML opening and closing tag. And here you go. I created this using Dreamweaver plus this manual points right here. So if you don't know how to create that yet, we have some very simple video tutorials on our website. Do check out noodleboz.com. You can find that there. And so this is what we would want to load. If I click on that, see that this is how we would really want to have the website to look. Alright, so it should look like this. You might be thinking it's the website already. The name is moved to a new server. It's not from the server side or from the domain side yet. Why? Trace here. File, C drive, users, noodleboss, desktop, site elements, index HTML. Right, so it's not calling that from the server side yet, but from the local PC or the PC that you're actually hosting that from or save that from. So if you would want to check that, if it's really not on the site yet, you could do it this way, deepbrain.com, and you can say index.html, right? Because that's the file. See, it's not in there yet, not found. So how can it be found in there? I mean, how can we find that in there? So we have to upload that. So how do we do that? Here we have to upload that on this quadrant on public HTML. So what you do is you have to zip this file right here, which I actually zipped already here. Right, so when you're ready for that, just go back to this part right here. Again, this is the root and this is the file manager. Take a look at here and click on or find something that says upload. Click on that. It's going to bring you again to a different page. You could use FTP to upload this. If you want to know how FTP works, like FileZilla, like this here, you can upload that directly by dragging and dropping. That's very, very easy. This somehow eases the job, but if you'd want to learn this, again, check out our website. It's in there. So click on Browse here. Take a look at the directory. Home dbrain public HTML. In your case, home your domain slash public HTML. So look up for the file that says site elements, and it's gonna say starting to upload. If it's a larger orientation of a website, like you got about HTML, um, comments and inquiry, advertise HTML, or you got a lot of images, it's not gonna upload very fast. It's gonna take quite a while for everything to be uploaded. So again, just click on that and back to Home Brain Public HTML. It's gonna bring you back to that page. Remember that earlier we just have HT access, right? But now we already have site elements.zip. So what you do with this is you highlight and then look up for something that says extract, or you could do that here. Right click and extract. You would want to extract that to public HTML itself, not to FTP, not to mail, but to HTML. Extract that. It's going to give you those images that you need. And there you go, it's in there. So images, take a look at here. Site elements, remember that this is the one that we would try to upload earlier. Images is in there. Images is in here on your root. And on your web root, you got index, and on your PC root or directory, you got index.html, right? So here, again, as I always say, I've learned from one of the tutorials I also watched that you always have to delete zip files because somebody might download that. So delete that. You could here, no, sorry, I used keyboard. So you could highlight, then you could press delete on your keyboard. You could also do here. And just have to navigate a little bit on the site. So again, what you have to have in there is images index, and you got HD access because it's in there already. Check, double click on images folder. Sorry, here. Double click on images folder. Check if noodleboss JPEG is in there. Noodleboss JPEG is in there. Now let's try to load the brain.com index.html. Alright, so we're calling the index file. Press F5 to reload that. See, it's already in there. It's not rooting that from your computer anymore, but it's on the web server itself. How to make sure? Double click this index file here. Take a look at the difference. This is the address. This is your PC's address, routing that from your directory, and this is the web server address. So you wouldn't actually call every time index.html because index files are the very first files that's going to be pulled up from your server. So even though you just type in deepbrain.com, it's going to silently or invisibly pull index.html. So if you slash type index.html is going to give you the same, noodleboss.com. Alright, so right click on that view page, view image, I mean, you got the image, right? Noodleboss.com, and this is actually linked up to noodleboss.com, so I mean, it's an active link. So if you click on the image, it's going to give you our website, noodleboss.com, right? So you know how to create all these links and linking, backlinks, and others. So that's how you basically upload files. Even though how large a database or a file base you have, you can upload that using File Manager here. If you'd want to use PHP, you'd want to use scripts, you would need a different tutorial for that. You might want to check that out from noodleboss.com because you're going to be needing MySQL servers for that. Again, I'm going to see you back sometime with other videos. You can check out always our website, noodleboss.com, and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/noodleworzch.